important that is for somebody in their experience online.
Cool. Yeah, the customer journey, I mean, when digital came to fruition in the late 90s, all of a sudden, things like communicating with your customer through newspaper or radio or broadcast, like those were the channels that you had. Well, now the customer journey is very, very fragmented. If you think about the last thing that you bought online, because that's what we're going to focus a lot on, for me it was these shoes. When I bought these shoes, I saw a magazine ad in Esquire. I said, hey, those are cool. I went to Zappos, checked out the price. I went to the manufacturer's website to see if they had any more that I liked. I went to Amazon to see if they're cheaper than Zappos, and then I ultimately ended up buying from Amazon. So I went, woo, all over the place, right? So for the manufacturer of these shoes, it's really hard to track me, to figure out, hey, what journey am I on? And so the challenge and also the opportunity with digital media is the fact that all of us have some really cool tools where we can see what you all are doing online and kind of chase you around. But when you're thinking about the customer journey, the step one that we always walk people through is to figure out who the heck is your ideal customer. Like build that avatar, which is what product guys do. Figure out.
We'll dig into that too, because that's important. Can you guys hear us all well? Does that sound okay? Okay, all right. Cool. Nate, what do you have to say here about customer journey and your thoughts there?
I think that's really interesting, kind of separating into buckets as well. So product companies, a shoe company versus a services company. So I work mainly in a service company. People don't want to talk to us or hear from us unless they need a problem solved. In our case, it's software. So what do people do when they have a software problem? Typically, they start asking around their friend or computer savvy person, how to fix a website or fix something. And then they say, oh, I know a guy, and it kind of trickles through. So there's referrals, but there's also, thinking about Google. How do people search? They search locally. They care about reviews. They don't want to be the first person to use your service ever. So they want to know that you've been verified. They want to shop around. And the other thing that's really interesting about specialized services, which some of you are in, is that people want to go as long as they possibly can down the shopping journey without talking to any salesperson. So they don't want to talk to you yet unless they reach out. And so what I think is interesting is, okay, well, if somebody wants to come to my website for a service, then it's totally different for a product because it can be everywhere. But if it's a specialized service in the local area that they want to be able to go through that process step by step. So there's sort of, when I think of what you can do online, is think about your information hierarchy. So who are you? What do you do? What services do you offer? And think about what path you want that person to take. So if there's click here, buy now, download a paper, do all that stuff, people will get confused and they'll abandon. And that's also all stuff that you can track.
Nate, let me ask you a quick question. I'll put you on the spot a little bit. Do you think that there's like this line of age that, we're going to talk later about avatar and how you figure out who your customer is and connecting, but is there this age of people that say, all I want to do is shop online? It's like, I'm a total Amazon junkie, but you get to the point that's like, nope, or is that really all pushed up?
I don't know, that's a really big question.
He's a millennial, he won't admit it.
What's a millennial?
Too old for that.
That was 1999 to 2000. I was in Vegas. I remember that.
I mean, I think we have incredibly powerful technology at our fingertips. I think people are searching for everything all the time. I watch my parents. My dad's in his late 60s. He's always on his phone. He's searching, researching. I just think it's so easy that people of all ages are going. And actually, I met a restaurateur in New Orleans on a trip, and she was nearly 80 years old. She still managed a restaurant, and she's like, hold on, we were talking about something. She's like, hold on, I got to text one of my workers their schedule or something. And I was like, it's all happening. I think everybody's embracing it, and if you're not, then the world's going to be a little smaller.
Lance, some opinion or words on journey?
I think I'll just keep elaborating on what Nate said. I think we're a on-demand culture, and I think every day it's becoming more and more that way. So if you think about your customer and your engagement online, you need to think about what are you doing in the first 15 to 20 seconds to provide them on-demand information about you that's going to make them buy. And if you're not getting that in 15 to 20 seconds, you've lost.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go. I was like, that sounds long to me, by the way, 20
Yeah.
seconds on
Maybe.
mine.